All right. So now I would like to address the graduating class. You've all done such a great job, and you've accomplished so much to get to this point. Tonight is your night, and you should be very proud of yourselves, just as we are all very proud of you. At this time of life, it's typical to be asked, what do you want to do? What's next? And it's an appropriate question for the occasion. As you enter this phase of life, it's typical to think of the future, to talk about what you want to accomplish, and such. To start out, I wanted to wish you much happiness and success. But honestly, wishes are cheap. A wish is just something we say and hope the universe provides us with that thing, right? It's not the same as deciding something, setting a goal, and accomplishing it. Wishes are good, but honestly, wishes are weak. A wish is just saying, I hope someone else does for me what I'm not willing to do for myself. Weak sauce, okay? Blowing out the candles on your birthday cake and wishing for $1 million isn't the same as setting a goal, making a plan, and accomplishing it. Buying a lottery ticket and hoping the universe rewards you isn't the same as developing a product, finding a market, and selling thousands. So more than wishing you happiness, what I really hope is that you're able to set and accomplish big goals for yourself. A goal is more than just a dream. It's a long-term objective, a destination that you strive to reach. To be effective, your goals need to be specific. They should have clear timelines and be aligned with your broader vision. Think of your goals as pieces of a puzzle, each contributing to the bigger picture of your life. A goal has definition. I remember when I was about 12 years old and I saw this ad on television. I'm sorry, television was this thing we had before you were born, and sometimes it would have ads on it and you couldn't click past them. You had to watch them. Anyway, there was this ad for Olympus cameras, and I remember this guy, he was a reporter, and he was in this wild crowd of people just getting all the shots, and he's like, I wanted to tell a story, so I got my Olympus camera, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. This is what I want to do, right? So that became my goal, to be a professional photographer. So I became more and more interested in photography, and I remember the first camera I got. It was like a one-time use camera, just a piece of junk. No iPhone back then. And I remember going to the zoo and taking all these pictures of the animals as my first photo shoot. And I will say they were terrible, okay? Not the animals, but the photos, okay? But it was fun because I was doing photography. Then, when I got into high school, I became a full-on photo nerd. I would set up photo shoots with my friends. I would go to the school darkroom at 7 a.m. to develop my own film. And at the time, I had a job at the Mongolian barbecue, okay? I would be cooking barbecue every night, and every other Friday, I would take my whole paycheck down to the photography store and spend it all. There were a couple of passions in my life at that time. One was photography, and the other was travel. I didn't travel a lot, but I did travel at any opportunity I had, or I'd go camping or different things like that. At the time, my brother was living in Hawaii, and he invited me to come out and stay with him. So I was like, okay, that would be amazing. I mean, it's Hawaii. So exactly 1 week after I graduated high school, I was actually moving to Hawaii. I had no plan. I was just going to go out there and figure it out. It was actually the first time I ever flew on an airplane. I mean, airplanes at the time had just been invented, so it was kind of a big deal, okay? Anyway, I had saved up all my money for this trip, but it still wasn't enough. So in order to afford it, I decided to sell my photographic equipment. I sold everything. All my gear, got rid of it all, and moved to Hawaii. And that was the end of that. The end of my goal to become a professional photographer stopped at that time. So, we've all had goals before that we didn't accomplish. But why didn't we accomplish them? Well, I would say our goals die not because they were poisoned, but because they were starved. And what I mean by that is the thing that prevents us from achieving our goals isn't society, people stopping us, or because you're a Pisces. It's really because of a failure to feed and care for our goals. Imagine you buy a plant from Home Depot, and you're like, I'm gonna put this on my shelf, I'm gonna help it grow, I'm gonna care for it. So every day you water it, you care for it, you make sure that it gets sunlight, and the plant thrives. Now you do the opposite. You buy it, you put it on your shelf, you kind of water it whenever, the leaves turn brown, and you wind up throwing it away. Just like that plant, your goals will die of starvation and lack of care. Goals take work. They take the investment of your time, your attention, your motivation, your energy. All of these things contribute to feeding your goals so they grow strong. You want your goals to be healthy. And just like a big ficus plant taking over your apartment, that's how your goals should be. They should take over your life because you care for them so much. Okay, getting back to my favorite topic, me. Fortunately or unfortunately, the passion for photography never left me. It ate at me, and I always regretted selling my gear. Every time I saw someone with a camera, I felt like that should have been me. So fast forward 5 years, I'm living in Switzerland, and the passion for photography has never left me. So I decided to feed it. I started to invest in new equipment. The first thing I do is buy an Olympus camera, the same one from that ad that I saw when I was 12 years old, and I take a professional course in photography. I work hard, I increase my skills, I gain talent and experience, and I get invited to travel and photograph around the world. I go to Hungary, Czech Republic, Germany, France, even Japan and Australia, and all these places because of my photographic abilities. After so many years, I had finally accomplished my goal. I had fed it, and it grew, and it was healthy, and I became a professional photographer. And after a while of having accomplished that goal, I was ready to move on to what came next without any regrets. And what was next was education. And here I am today, working hard to feed the goal of creating the best education for you and future generations. So this, my graduating students, I hope you take with you as your final lesson from Clearwater Academy International. That there is a joy in being disciplined, a joy in feeding your goals every day, and in getting closer and closer to your dreams all the time. As you embark on this next chapter of your lives, remember, you hold the keys to your own destiny, you have the power to shape your future, to create the life you've always dreamed of. So set your goals high, stay disciplined, stay focused, and never lose sight of the incredible potential that lies within you. Thank you.